Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespectively. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the 289th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host once again today. And we have Elias and Jacko as co-hosts as well. Thank you for being here. And of course, we have the rest of the members of the Universal Council to also be here to support today's show. And let me get that ready to go here. And I believe that we'll begin with quotes of Mr. Keshe from the 500th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. Would you like to begin?
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. Welcome to the new decade, to the knowledge. Welcome to the new decade, to the innovation time. Unified like a one soul of peace. And welcome to the universal community. That interest from 500 workshop. As Rick said, it's a 500 time plus, which we welcome to you the knowledge of the universe. And even this 500 plus session is not just even put us on a first step of the ladder of the universe knowledge. It is interesting to look back how we started and the first sessions and the first teachings, and then building up and then growing it up. So we are not obscured. We are not dreamers. And today, the 500 teaching 10 years down the line, we have jumped. What it would have taken decades or centuries for a knowledge to be spread. Now, we understand why. And we understand we are correct. We are more than correct, but we have to stay correct. Thank you. Sweta?
Yes, I'll start. Thank you. Anyway, now on the 500th anniversary, 500 past 2 years was set up again by those who were there to stop us. But losing that brought us to a bigger position beyond our imagination. But it comes back to the teaching. We listened to the intro, we listened to the whole cycle of life. Interesting enough is, as a soul, as a part of the structure of a plasma, how do we interact with the soul of a planet? How do we interact with the soul of a galaxy and a universe? And is there a difference between these things? In the Keshe Foundation website today, later on, you will see a new session set up. This is what we call interactive soul. Beautiful. Thank you.
The reason for this is that in this session, we try for you to test yourself in what we do with you from outside. We've done this test. We know we have some data, but now we want to see collectively if we can reach all of you to the same level. In a way, Keshe Foundation is back on what we call practical ground. You came and you built the reactors and magraphs. Now you bring the fly of the soul. This interactive session is a cornerstone of feeding man in space. where we want to know you confirm the disease. And this will start the next cycle of the space technology development. Those of you who signed in for the signature of your soul, in a way, we open the history of the universe to man from now on. When we ask you to join in for your fingerprint of your soul, it's because we are going to the next phase of interactive sessions. Thank you.
Where is that? Where in that interaction will tell you exactly where your origin come from. United Nations charge you so much to tell you which way your ancestor escaped out of Africa and where they came into from. In a coming time, we can tell you the origin of your life. If you are the passenger of the universe, it's like day and night. Because the energy comes from the universe. The energy comes from the fields of the universe. And as as was in the intro, you see when you go to a planet, if it has got the fingerprint of the Earth, it's the same. See the fingerprint of the birth from where the bloodline of the man on this planet looking like a man come from. As I said, we are entering a beautiful phase. Okay, we finish. Okay, yeah, thank you. We can go to the next slide. Okay, I'm gonna read this wish. This is the wish from the Universal Council. So we, Universal Council, elevate the soul of the coming Mojan to become the teacher for the new generation of knowledge seeker. I'm present. We're present. Okay,
we are present.
Thank you, Sweta. Okay, we can go to the next wish. We got a few this time today. Got a few wish to go through. By the way, the Mojan are in the teaching now. It's the second day, so I really hope everything goes well and learn a lot so they can teach a lot. I can wait for them to finish the week. I can wait for Thursday to know more news about it. Who would like to read this wish? I can do this one. And with the Universal Council, wish the Wellness Center to be reachable for all soul for the elevation of the soul of the man. Yes, we made this wish because it's very important for the Wellness Center to have as many people as possible to participate to the research, because the more people we have, the more people participate to the research, and we have a better way to, we can learn faster how far we can stretch with this technology and the different possibility of what is possible with this technology. So the more people can join the session of the research or the wellness group, the better it is. Thank you for supporting the Keshe Foundation. Okay, we're present.
We are present. Thank you.
We can go to the next wish. Sweta, do you want to read the next wish?
Yes, I will, of course. The beautiful wish always. We, the Universal Council, wish the London conference to be the starting point for the governments to share the plasma technology in exchange for peace. Of course, in exchange for peace, and peace will be. And that is peace. So it is. I will say that the government should be aware of that, and they should take part anyway for the betterment, for the benefit of all as a collective humanity. So thank you. Beautiful wish. We are present. Now we can go to the next slide. There's another wish.
We, the universal.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, Lisbeth.
We, the Universal Council, offer elevation to all souls on the path to the peace.
We are present. Path to the peace. We are always together, and we will be forever. As we use this word when we say plasma technology, the soul forever. Thank you. Now we can go to the next slide.
So we come to the soul connection. I would like to ask you, please open up your soul for this interconnection of souls. We find a comfortable position to relax our physicality. We breathe in and out, slowly through our nose. With it, we support our soul with energy and expand far beyond the boundaries of Earth. We connect to all souls, searching for peace as the knowledge seekers, Universal Council members, the universal soul of the Universal Council, our beloved universal family, to all the systems that support us in this connection on soul level. To Mr. Keshe, I thank him for all he does for humanity. To Mitra, in the beauty of manifestation, and to our Creator in the love of creation. And we connect through the dome of peace. With it, we reach each other's hands to connect and to exchange our unconditional love to whoever is in need. And we do it in silence. Now we slowly come back. And we thank all souls that participated in this interconnection on the path to peace. Thank we as one. So we can go to the next slide, please. Rick, do you have the timestamps?
Yes, believe I have that ready here. Just 1 second.
Yes, it's a part that Marie brought up. She said it fits well in this time, although it's the 195. Mr. Keshe's knowledge is timeless.
Just bear with me a second, having a hard time getting it exactly on the spot. Okay, there we go. Now I can share properly. So this is the excerpt out of the 195th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from October 26, 2017. Whoops, I didn't have the sound up. Just 1 minute. There we go.
Teaching one soul's work is very difficult, but seeing the emotional effect of the work of the soul is very easy, because always go back. I'm made man in the image of myself. If we have a pain in a physical existence, so it has to exist in the dimension of the soul. And what is the pain? It's when there is obstruction, when you cannot give. That's why you have a pain in the physical life. There is obstruction, there's something wrong. But in the level of the soul, it's the giving which creates that, not the physicality of the soul in the interaction of the fields. Many times I see confusion between the two, or not understanding. Try to be open in your own intelligence, that you don't need anybody else to confirm it, or anybody else to dictate it, and anybody else to become a guru to confirm that you achieve what you achieve. But I tell you what you achieve, not you understanding yourself. You become the guru of yourself, but don't become arrogant in understanding. Become more humble, that you can understand more, to give, to teach, to others to understand what you understood. I would like to call it a day, and I try to bring more insight into your understandings.
Mr. Keshe, good morning.
Excuse me, Azar. Can I finish? Because I'm exhausted. The process, somebody's microphone is open. The process of understanding one soul is the process of being transparent to one soul itself. Trying to be open to understand the operation of different strength of the soul. Soul emits a variation, a spectrum of fields, not one field. If you see you need more energy to feel happy, so happiness needs higher strength. If you see you need not much to be joyful in respect to condition of the soul, of the emotion, of the physicality, then you start marking it. In this process, you progress. In this process, you will understand the totality of the work. You don't need no one to confirm. You don't need no one to become your guru to teach. Then in space, when something shows you, some entity shows you something, you don't say he's God. He says, teach me. I want to understand, because I understand part of it. This way, there shall be no prophets. Then you progress. This way you elevate yourself. This way you continuously evolve in the right direction. This is why we teach. Teachers do not become gurus or prophets. They become friends who share unconditionally. Those who want to see the friend to be as the same as theirs. We are here to serve, not to be served. We are here to teach, to share, that the soul of the man reaches the elevation of the soul of what you call the prophets or the messengers, or the true essence of the standards or the level of the soul of the entity. Try to evolve in understanding the fields, and if your wish is to be in a spaceship, you'll change your physicality to the spaceship of universe. Test with the small and trust in the small. That when you pick a fish, from that time you decided it's going to survive, and I take all the pains from it. And then you decide, I put you back in the water, for you have the pleasure of the environment you want it to be. But you can see what I see outside if you want. I don't create the end of the life, but I give you a new view, because then the fish might want to become air breather. It gives him another chance to see more. Then his soul decides if it's going to manifest itself in a fish or the man, or free from the physicality. That's why I always said the man becomes responsible for his environment, because when you elevate, it's the entity which decides manifestation of existence. It's not a dream, and it's not a fairy tale anymore. Now you have the knowledge. It's the responsibility of the soul of the man to decide. Try not to confirm your existence. Try to understand your existence, that can confirm the existence of your soul. This way you elevate. This way you become teachers, because you have learned yourself from the process of the conversion and confirmation. In the process of learning, put a reactor, a dynamic reactor, and sit in front of it, and release from the soul of the man. And if you have got the right field strength, in the right strength, you might see water, you might see gold, you might see reactor shaking as happy, you might see the reactor flying. because you have created a field that in respect to its field strength in the environment, it needs flotation. It means creating, I need a new position. Then you have created your spaceship. Then you have created materials. Then you have created the emotion within yourself. This is what needs to be done. You build all the reactors. You build all the maglev systems. You build everything else. Now what you build become the tester of your strength, of your understanding, and the tools for you to confirm the existence of your soul. Now you are looking for a tool to confirm is correct. Maybe this is one way for you to do. The interaction of the field of the earth and the sun creates the oxygen, the hydrogen, the gold and everything else. So now you become the sun. And the rotating reactor becomes the earth. You decide what is need to be created. Is it going to be the distance from Jupiter and I only create helium? Or am I giving enough to create gold fields that interaction with the internal fields of the core becomes gold in color? Put a nano-material and transfer energies that with you transferring from the soul of the man, the way you feel the heat of the body of the man and the skin of the man, now you convert that field that the light bulb runs. So easy. Now you understand. Now you get the confirmation if you are physical and you need the confirmation. Try now to use the tools of what you studied to understand the process and the field strength and operation of the soul, to convert back into the conditions which you enjoy and the matter state of the core or the copper wire or the GANs is happy to be in, that let's together make gold, let's together make water, let's together make peace, let's together make water that there is no need for thirst. Those of you who think you have discovered a way to create water or peace through dynamic reactors, you're so far from reality, because you never understood that the soul of the man creates that. You don't need to go. You have to elevate the soul of the world, people who you teach, to understand the strength of their soul. And it takes no time, doesn't need no reactor, doesn't need no position. Those of you who start creating workshops, try to explain from the beginning why I'm teaching you. That from the beginning you don't trap your knowledge seekers into a maglev, into an energy system. You explain, you teach them, you talk to them that I'm showing the end product first, which is understanding and elevation of your soul. But I show you how your soul is created, how it works, and how it comes from the matter state to confirm its existence. You have to understand. You have no choice but to understand that the new time, the new era, the new cycle of life for man has started. And it's only you who will change. The new cycle does not know no physician, does not know no peasant, does not know anything, because all the souls are the same. You need to elevate the soul of the man, which is your soul, and make it free that the others do according to their conditioned understanding. to expand the knowledge. Try to expand your own understanding and don't rely on the others to do it for you or do it for the others. Because if the emotion, which is the intention, is to elevate others, they move to receive what you like to give. Not you enforce, but the choice. And this is the most important thing. If you kill yourself, you committed suicide, you're responsible for your soul in respect to your physicality. If one kills you, he's a murderer. That's the difference. But at the end is the end of the same cycle. You have to be the giver unconditionally without being forcing, enforcing the elements of the physicality to confirm your understanding. We create conditions because all these things we do is like that nano making, that GANs making, that fields to show. The systems we set up, the factories we set up, the product we set up, at the end of it is we feed so much of this energy, these fields, in different dimensions. The man comes across it in the supermarket, drinking it, wearing it, whatever, that we unknowingly, without him knowing, give him enough to elevate his soul. It's not the purpose to feed him, it's not the purpose to satisfy his hunger or thirst or clothing. Is in a hidden way the story of the cow, the king, the prince, and the doctor. I've said many times. The prince wanted to be slaughtered because he was a cow. They brought all the physicians, and no, he wanted to be killed because he was a cow. The wise physician came and says, okay, he put a noose around his neck and he started putting severity. He says, you're a cow, I have to feed you, you're too bony. I need meat to sell. And he fed him slowly. That then one day he said, why is a noose around my neck? I'm not a cow, I'm not an animal. He said that was the whole purpose. This is the way I teach. I always told you what I'm going to do with you, but you were deaf to hear. I'll feed you through supermarkets, I'll feed the soul of the man through clothing, through a spaceship, through every means that 1 second the soul of the man has elevated to the point that I have it all. This is the way I teach. This is the way in the universe we always teach. We give bit by bit. We don't wait to see the results immediately. We allow the soul to understand, to change the emotion, which means the interaction of the field of the soul with the environment of the others that they come in interaction with. You go to a bed with a man or a woman you hate, and you make love to, and the same body goes to bed with another man or a woman, and he takes the pleasure of making love to. It's the same body, it's the state of the emotion. And this is what most of people don't understand. Emotion is the manifestation of the soul in the dimension of physicality. But the body is the same. And the soul is the same. Why? One is the point of hate, and the interaction with another is the point of pleasure. Why do we hate to be touched by somebody and we enjoy the touch of another? It's the same body. It's the same soul. It's the condition of interaction of the field from outside. Why do we change the love to a man and a woman, to the hate for that man and woman. It's the same body, it's the same environment. Isn't it that we have moved the condition of the soul in interaction with the field, or they have changed the condition that now it interacts in different strength in the dimension of the man, or we have added something to it out of the expectation of the emotion? Then you understand. From now on, teaching is not with the course. Now the teaching is with the core of the soul of the man. Because then, in the space, you will not commit any crime. You will not do anything wrong. You understand the totality. And instead of me releasing you as a kindergarten children in the universe, I release you as professors, as well educated, as the saviors, as proud to be from the planet Earth, as proud to carry the amino acid of the creation, which led to the creation of the soul of the man. They will not say the wild people are here. They say the educated man is here. The man of soul, the creation of peace is here. But we had to go through the souls. Say, feed you that you don't feel like a cow, but you become the soul of the man. The physicality is the same. Then you become the soul of the creator. Then the man evolves. Then we become the true man of the universe. We have opened the door. It's for the man to take that step. You don't need a spaceship.
I think there's a bit more.
The ship of the soul of the man. And that's all it is. If you were looking for us to take you in the universe and show you the universal community, we have brought the universal community in the soul of the man. It's him who has to understand the difference. It has to become inclusive, not exclusivity of physicality, but become inclusive of the soul of the universe. Thank you very much for today. I have to leave. Hopefully we'll see each other next week. And try to understand the strength of your soul. And try to be a giver from it, not the enforcer. Try to create condition that it brings peace to your soul, not for you to see, to get the satisfaction of emotional peace. Thank you very much for today. Goodbye.
Okay, that's the end of that excerpt. I apologize for the volume being so low, but I had everything turned up to the max, and that's what we had. And you have to really pay attention to that teaching. Okay.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. So beautiful, as Claudia says, beautiful, soulful teaching. And I will say that it is like, you know, my massage Shimon and Keshe's voice, and it's like, you know, enhancing always, and it is like newness always. As we are hearing this clip, it is so much, you know, the newness again, the newness. It is 195th knowledge seeker workshop teaching, but as it is now, you know, at present everything is going on like that. So beautiful. And of course, the key to be like the ability of us, the ability of unconditional love. That is us, our soul, our heart. So part of the Creator, part of all that is. We used to see ourselves like, as we are told, we are suppressed like that, and we accepted that here we are, and this man is going to teach us like an educational system and this system and that system. But then everything boils down to what we are doing, what I am is. So now we have reached that point in a way, we are talking about, we are going to be travelers of space. We are going to visit planets, civilizations. The whole humanity is in a newness, in the new cycle, so that of this universal unified field. And we are experiencing most of it, the love, the kindness, the beauty, the totality. And we take decisions now in this way, in a totality, a form of totality, and we understand why this illusionist came, why we are in this chaos, why we are not in this chaos even sometimes. So we are learning, we are enhancing, elevating ourselves also.
Excuse me, Sweta, I think your microphone's hitting on something. Or perhaps it's turned off now, I guess. Hello, Sweta, we can't hear you. Okay, we're not getting the audio from Sweta.
I see your microphone is open, but
The sound is not coming through, yes. I
yes.
think...
We continue with the next slide.
Yeah, she's trying to come back in. I think she had a bad connection there. Okay.
Okay, I hope she comes back soon. This is my part. It's written life. And I was thinking the beauty of life. Hello, everyone. It's Jacko, the UC member representative of the Dutch language. We wish you all a warm welcome. Next part is my thoughts, my feelings, and what I learned from Mr. Keshe's teachings, combined with the knowledge of the Knowledge Seeker Workshop 499, where Mr. Keshe says, as I always said, life doesn't start with matter. Life starts with the fields. Interaction of the fields creates a plasma. Interaction of the plasmas creates physics. And the interaction of the two plasmas of physics creates chemistry. And then multiply with its biology and multiply of it is the essence of enlightenment of the soul. And then when enough souls interact and work together, they become the soul of the Creator. Now comes my part. Today, I would like to talk with you about you. Yes, you got me right. Topic today is you in the Keshe Foundation. By the way, you don't need to write me an email to give me your answers. I just want you to please think about your own answers. Equal what position or how long you are part of the foundation. What brought you to the foundation? Was it your wish? Was it to learn more about the future? or maybe your desire to fly? Did you dream about a planet of abundance? Was it your deepest wish to see your partner without any disbalance in the body? Did you understand that we should stop killing souls in any kind of form? That we should stop pumping out billions and billions of barrels of oil from Mother Earth? Maybe it was your desire to see peace on Earth. Or did you want to be one and walk with your Creator? Mr. Keshe, with his endless patience, gives us the chance to fulfill all of these wishes and desires through the knowledge of creation. The thing is that it will not happen unless we understand that the change starts within ourselves. As Mr. Keshe always says, to reach our goals, we have to start teaching and sharing. I ask you to go inside yourself and see what your answer is. Don't tell it to us. We have enough to do with our own within. But your part is very important, because in the end, there will be no judge, no jury, no sheriff. Understand that the progress you expect directly corresponds with what you contribute. Now, some of you, I hear you say, I really cannot afford anything to contribute. Oh, what a wrong thought. Remember the teachings of the last months and years. Because now we learned to work with our souls, start creating, manifesting, creation. As long as we do not get this, we will stay in worrying about this and that physicality. Can't you feel how much this holds you back? Prevents us to accept the new dimension of soul, the transmutation, and the freedom. Learn, understand, become and live this new dimension. Combine it with our daily physical life. Put the layers on each other and start a new life dimension. Learn that by giving freely from your soul, you receive so much more, my dear soul. Let one and one become more than two. Start giving to your community, your beloved ones, and your enemies too. The winds of change are growing in strength, and soon there will be no single place on earth to hide from that wind. Our soul interconnection, our sharing of unconditional love will bring this change for all of us and for all souls in existence. Help the knowledge seeker on your left, and after that, do it on your right side too. By helping, you will understand what it means to you. Only if we do it together, we will succeed. Not like all the other times the messengers tried and failed. The knowledge Mr. Keshe gave us freely is not there to keep it for ourselves. So please share it. And don't be afraid to fail. Start to contribute, to grow in love. Equal if you are a Keshe student, a knowledge seeker, Universal Council member, or a soul searching for peace. Now we do it together, as life starts with the fields. Interaction of the fields creates a plasma. Interaction of the plasma creates physics. And the interaction of the two plasmas of physics creates chemistry. And then multiply with its biology, and multiply of it is the essence of enlightenment of the soul. And then, when enough souls interact and work together, become the soul of the Creator. Now we understand what is written in the holy books, that the man walked with God, he walked with his Creator. Don't wait for someone to do the job. Get ready and walk with us. Feel the connection in unconditional love. Thank we as one. Next slide, please. The plasma connection would be the third and the fourth question, please. Because next week we will have new answers and questions.
Okay, I understand it's from 45 minutes, basically 45, 47.
Okay.
So let's see if it's the correct timestamp here.
Okay.
This is from the plasma connection at 45 minutes and 45 seconds.
So then we are on the third question. I think that we, humanity, still have a lot of difficulties in understanding unconditional love, perhaps because we experience it in few opportunities. Loving unconditionally also seems distant to me, not least because we do not yet understand the balance between giving and not being exploited and abused. Could the Universal Council bring something to help us broaden our understanding on this subject?
Agora estamos indo para a terceira pergunta, que é: penso que nós, a humanidade, ainda temos muita dificuldade em entender o amor incondicional, talvez porque vivenciamos isso em poucas oportunidades. Amar incondicionalmente também me parece algo distante, até por ainda não compreender o equilíbrio entre dar e não ser explorado ou abusado. O Conselho Universal poderia trazer algo para nos ajudar a ampliar nosso entendimento sobre esse assunto?
And the first answer, as knowledge seekers, we know that the elevation starts by unconditional giving. It's a universal principle. Giving unconditionally is giving what you don't need to exist. You cannot give more because then you will cease to exist. You give and freely make available without condition to whoever is in need. If the others takes more than they need to hold on to and hold on to what they don't need, they will receive internal unbalance, unrest within their being. By giving without condition, you receive elevation of your soul, and nobody can exploit or abuse you.
Então, a primeira resposta é: como buscadores de conhecimento, sabemos que a elevação começa com a doação incondicional. Esse é um princípio universal. Doar incondicionalmente é doar o que você não precisa para existir. Você não pode dar mais porque deixará de existir. Você dá e disponibiliza livremente, sem condições, a quem quer que esteja precisando. Se os outros pegarem mais do que precisam ou se agarrarem ao que não precisam, eles receberão desequilíbrio interno e inquietação em seu ser. Ao doar sem condições, você recebe a elevação de sua alma e ninguém pode explorar ou abusar de você.
There is another answer. Parents teaches us a lot about this. They give everything for their children. You see the birds, they go out and look for food for their chicks. The plants, those wonderful souls, have decided to take that physical form, despite knowing that the human abused them. They decide to manifest themselves and help with their energy until there comes a time when, illuminating their souls, they no longer abuse it. As we fully understand everything related to this knowledge of the Creator and creation, we are detaching ourselves from the real ties that our social, cultural, religious environment has sold us. Every time we freely offer our soul for the elevation of others, you are giving your love without conditions. If it is your enemy or the one who makes an effort to want you to feel bad, just think and unite with love, your soul to his soul, so that it is enlightened. If slowly we cease the consumption of other beings, because we already recognize them as equals, and we feel the love they give us, and we return it, not abusing them. Every time we teach and practice our patience, because the other does not learn immediately, it is love that comes from us. Do not judge when all life is perceived everywhere. What you believe, and they're giving their best. What you believe, and what you believe, and giving the best of speaking, thinking, and doing good is born, because you put yourself in the place, in the shoes of the other.
Então, a terceira resposta é: os pais nos ensinam muito sobre isso. Eles dão tudo de si por seus filhos. Você vê os pássaros, eles saem em busca de alimento para seus filhotes. As plantas, elas, almas maravilhosas, decidiram assumir essa forma física, apesar de saberem que o ser humano as maltrata, decidiram se manifestar e ajudar com sua energia, até chegar um momento em que, iluminando sua alma, não a maltratam mais. À medida que compreendemos plenamente tudo o que está relacionado a esse conhecimento do Criador e da criação, estamos nos desprendendo dos laços reais que nosso ambiente sociocultural e religioso nos vendeu. Toda vez que oferecemos livremente nossas almas para a elevação dos outros, você está doando seu amor sem condições. Se for o seu inimigo, ou aquele que se esforça para que você se sinta mal, apenas pense e una com amor sua alma a ele, para que ela se ilumine. Se for devagar, diminuímos o consumo de outros seres, porque já o reconhecemos como iguais, sentimos o amor que eles nos dão e o devolvemos sem abusar deles. Toda vez que ensinamos e praticamos nossa paciência, porque o outro não aprende imediatamente, É amor que vem de nós. Não julgue quando toda a vida é percebida em toda parte. O que você acredita, você acredita. E aí, dando o melhor de falar, pensar e fazer o bem, nasce porque você se coloca no lugar e na pele do outro.
And there is another answer. I understand you very well. Unconditional love means to let go everything and require no fear, no doubt. Things like the commandments are guiding us to be rich, no fear, clear intention, knowledge. Go deeper every day. Be good, do good, think good, are helping us to practice unconditional love. It is our responsibility to do so. Before or later, we will have to balance the books in order to go to the next level.
Então, a terceira resposta é: eu entendo muito bem. Amor incondicional significa deixar tudo de lado e não ter medo nem dúvida. Coisas como os mandamentos estão nos guiando para sermos ricos, sem medo, com intenções claras, com conhecimento, aprofundando-nos a cada dia. Seja bom, faça o bem e pense o bem. Estão nos ajudando a praticar o amor incondicional. É nossa responsabilidade fazer isso. Antes ou depois, teremos de equilibrar as contas para passar para o próximo nível.
And there is another answer. Love exists on uncountable different levels. Unconditional love is one of the highest levels we can reach. Our Creator gives it to us continuously. If we get the chance in life on earth to experience what this means, it's often connected to very, very strong emotions. Still, we have to learn it, because then we understand what it means to serve with no condition, no expectations. This brings us to the humble state of serving in the cycle of life.
E a terceira, a quarta, última resposta é: o amor existe em incontáveis níveis diferentes. O amor incondicional é um dos níveis mais elevados que podemos alcançar. Nosso Criador nos dá isso continuamente. Se tivermos a chance, durante a vida na Terra, de experimentar o que isso significa, isso geralmente está ligado a emoções muito fortes. Ainda assim, temos que aprender, pois assim entendemos o que significa servir, sem condições, sem expectativas. Isso nos leva ao estado humilde de servir no círculo da vida.
And then we are on the fourth question. We often see knowledge seekers reporting difficulties with friends and families who do not understand or accept the time we spent volunteering to spread the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation plasma technology. We know that there are delicate balances that needs to be achieved in the micro for this to expand to the macro, but often emotion still confuses us. Did you get something to contribute to our understanding of working internally to develop peace, so that we are not afraid of external pressure and manage to involve everyone in that plasma of love that we find in the work of the Keshe Foundation?
Então, agora nós vamos para a quarta pergunta. Vemos com alguma frequência buscadores de conhecimento relatando dificuldades com amigos e familiares que não entendem ou aceitam o tempo que passamos no trabalho voluntário para a disseminação do conhecimento da tecnologia do plasma da Fundação Keshe. Sabemos que há equilíbrios delicados que precisamos alcançar que precisam ser alcançados no micro, para que isso se expanda ao macro, mas muitas vezes as emoções ainda nos confundem. Vocês teriam algo a contribuir com o nosso entendimento sobre nós trabalharmos internamente para desenvolvermos a paz, de modo que não tenhamos medo da pressão externa, exterior, e conseguimos envolver a todos nesse plasma de amor que encontramos com o trabalho da Fundação Keshe?
And we have an answer. As Mr. Keshe says, we are all responsible for the elevation and enlightenment of our own soul. No one will come and give you elevation or enlightenment. So being a knowledge seeker is hard work, mainly on comprehending and implementing the knowledge into our life. Because our conduct in physicality matters. By implementing the knowledge and the ethos of Mitra and the universe into our daily life, we will find balance and peace, because the soul of physicality will align with the soul of the man. And the emotions will be balanced because they are created in the interaction between the soul of the man and the soul of physicality. And we have achieved inner peace, and we have achieved inner peace, we will create external peace and with others in our environment and in the societies. And when the environment is balanced and at peace, we will achieve peace on this planet, and then the universe will open up for humanity. So to involve your loved ones and others in the new era of plasma technology, you can elevate their souls, but they have to walk the walk themselves. Remember, all souls are taught the knowledge, so even if they don't recognize it in physicality, they already know what we know on a soul level.
Então, a primeira resposta é: como diz o Sr. Keshe, todos nós somos responsáveis pela elevação e iluminação de nossa própria alma. Ninguém virá e lhe dará a elevação ou iluminação. Portanto, ser um buscador de conhecimento é um trabalho árduo, principalmente para compreender e implementar o conhecimento em nossa vida. Porque nossa conduta na fisicalidade é importante. Ao implementar o conhecimento e o ethos de Mitra e do universo em nossa vida diária, encontraremos equilíbrio e paz, porque a alma da fisicalidade se alinhará com a alma do homem. E as emoções serão equilibradas, pois são criadas na interação entre a alma do homem e a alma da fisicalidade. Quando tivermos alcançado a paz interior, criaremos a paz exterior, com os outros, em nosso ambiente e na sociedade. E quando o ambiente estiver equilibrado e em paz, alcançaremos a paz nesse planeta, e então o universo se abrirá para a humanidade. Portanto, para envolver seus entes queridos e outras pessoas na nova era da tecnologia de plasma, você pode elevar as almas deles, mas eles mesmos terão de fazer a caminhada. Lembre-se de que o conhecimento é ensinado a todas as almas, portanto, mesmo que elas não o reconheçam na fisicalidade, já sabem o que nós sabemos em um nível da alma.
And there is another answer. Again, we have to go within. The answers are all inside us. To find peace inside you, you have to know who you are so you can match what you think you are. When you find true peace, you do not change in correlation to the environment. You stay unchanged. When you are in true peace, you can hold it not only in front of a beach with a nice sunrise, but you can be in peace in the middle of the war. You are still able to hold peace. Or for example, when someone comes to hurt you, you can still be in peace even when you get attacked. That is the real peace. What everyone says or thinks doesn't change the way you are with them. This is true unconditional love.
A segunda resposta é: mais uma vez, temos de optar por dentro. A resposta toda dentro de nós. Para encontrar a paz dentro de você, é preciso saber quem você é para poder corresponder ao que você pensa que é. Quando você encontra a verdadeira paz, você não muda em função do ambiente. Quando você está em verdadeira paz, pode mantê-la não apenas em frente a uma praia com um belo nascer do sol, mas pode estar em paz no meio de uma guerra, pois ainda é capaz de manter a paz. Ou, por exemplo, quando alguém vem para machucá-lo, você ainda pode estar em paz, mesmo quando for atacado. Essa é a verdadeira paz. O que todos dizem ou pensam não muda a maneira como você está com eles.
There is another answer. Yes, each time we understand more, this science is a new achievement. We eliminate fear and face each day with love, strength, and conviction. Every time we think, speak, and do good for all beings, we are also practicing unconditional love. As in everything, you can feel that there is a transition, eliminating fear with a total conviction that you are doing the right thing is the only option. When we receive an apparent rejection, that love that gives us the strength to know what is right immediately leads you to think of that soul rising up, and we give it that desire. The plasmatic force of our souls, which is strong, reaches that soul and helps it. The strongest support the weakest. What you believe, you believe. We share only what edifies, what benefits. We turn off the television and share only what generates good, that lifts the spirit. With our words, we only build. We give what we also like to receive. We are all individual beings, but the elevation of all souls is also part of our responsibility, because we are made up of the same plasma. Normalizing our daily life, daily living in this philosophy of life attracts balance around us. It doesn't matter how many times others who are still struggling with fears and attachments rejects you, you just ignore him. We lift his soul and move on. We have sowed the seed.
A terceira resposta é: sim, cada vez que entendemos mais, essa ciência é uma nova conquista. Eliminamos o medo e enfrentamos cada dia com amor, força e convicção. Toda vez que pensamos, fazemos e falamos o bem para todos os seres, também estamos praticando o amor incondicional. Como em tudo, você pode sentir que há uma transição. Eliminar o medo com a convicção total de que está fazendo a coisa certa é a única opção. Quando recebemos uma aparente rejeição, esse amor que nos dá a força para saber o que é certo, imediatamente nos leva a pensar na alma que está se elevando e lhe damos esse desejo. A força plasmática de nossa alma, que é a mais forte, alcança essa alma e a ajuda. Os mais fortes apoiam os mais fracos. O que você acredita, você acredita. Compartilhamos apenas o que edifica, o que beneficia. Desligamos a televisão e compartilhamos apenas o que gera o bem. Isso eleva o espírito. Com nossas palavras, apenas construímos, damos o que também gostamos de receber. Somos todos seres individuais, mas a elevação de todas as almas também faz parte de nossa responsabilidade, pois somos formados pelo mesmo plasma. A normalização do nosso cotidiano, nessa filosofia de vida, atrai o equilíbrio ao nosso redor. Não importa quantas vezes os outros, que ainda estão lutando com medo e apego, o rejeitem, você simplesmente o ignora. Nós elevamos a alma dele e seguimos em frente. Nós lançamos a semente.
And there is a last answer. Give them time. We offer our knowledge and unconditional love to those who are open to it. We do not force. Go back to number 3 and live your unconditional love for those who not yet understood. In time, soon the time will come where no one on this planet can deny the work of the plasma no more. If you listen to Mr. Keshe, you feel the emotions in his words. The milestone, the foundation reached by the 2023 makes it possible to reach every soul if they want, if they allow. Please open up your soul. Allow the connection as a knowledge seeker. Give freely from your soul and observe the changes that will come in and around your life. We love you.
E a última resposta é: dê-lhes tempo, pois oferecemos nosso conhecimento e amor incondicional àqueles que estão abertos a isso. Não forçamos. Volte ao número 3 e viva seu amor incondicional por aqueles que ainda não entenderam. Com o tempo, eles entenderão. Logo chegará um momento em que ninguém nesse planeta poderá mais negar o trabalho do plasma. Se você ouvir o Sr. Keshe, sentirá as emoções em suas palavras. O marco que a Fundação alcançou até 2023 torna possível alcançar toda e qualquer alma, se ela quiser, se ela permitir. Por favor, abra sua alma, permita a conexão como um buscador de conhecimento. Doe livremente e sua alma observa as mudanças que ocorrerão em sua vida e ao seu redor. Nós amamos você. So beautiful.
So that was the answers from the Universal Council contributed. Thank you.
Thank you. Então, essas foram as respostas dos membros do Conselho Universal e ela agradece a todos que contribuíram. I want to thank you to you again, Marie, to participate to this program. And I want to thank you to all the knowledge seekers that's sharing these questions and answers for everybody.
Okay, that's the end of our excerpt from the Plasma Connection.
Yes, beautiful, my dear Rick. Rick, can you hear me clear? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful, as Mary and Claudia was sharing each other and giving the message that the learning process is on and this is our ability to achieve, to be in this totality always. And so simple it is. If, as I am a housewife, well, I'm saying it again. I have said this before several times, but I was, I thought I was as in this answers, there was that giving unconditional love. But you have to be aware not to be abused by someone. Or this is the will. You can't interfere anybody's will, not to understand or not to receive. But giving unconditional love is a way. That doesn't stop anybody. Like this ability of giving unconditional love, we can give always, and to those who want to, those who are in need of this love, those who opens their door, the door of the heart and soul. So in continuous, we can say that uh, even in this, well, here we say in India, Maya or illusion, or in this form of physicality we are in, we understand the position of unconditional love, but we are aware also in these teachings. We learn that we are aware of ourselves also, because we are elevating our soul also. So in this elevation, we have to, in this continuous balance of, in practice, the unconditional love. And what we are taught about that, as I said, that I was giving and I was giving, but I thought that everybody is so flowing with love, and understands me. But in these eons of years, then I felt I was alone. Nobody understood that I was giving the love, but they have this value of every way I have given them. Even the children you created, born from you, they don't understand. They thought that this is the all mothers do that, you know, give love and she will grow old. And sometimes even, I have seen families that given unconditional love to their children, their education, everything taken care of, and that person when becomes a police officer, even in a very, well, you can say, respected post, the mother is in an old age home, you know. So giving unconditional love is our form. We are like that. But the expectation, we don't expect anything from that, Giving is the position we are in, but the expectation mustn't be there. We only give. Those who are open their door of love will accept, and those who don't, even the soul is in communication, will accept, but the physicality may don't accept and don't manifest like that as usually we see. So we are changing, many will change with us, as we are not separate at all, physically or non-physically, I can say. But as Mary says, that we have to take care of ourselves also, and the expectation we see in this physicality mustn't be there. We have to give, not to expect like that, but we have to understand that it will take some time for some people, to understand this knowledge. Because when I was also, as I was discussing with Jaco, that when I was sharing that there will be transmutation and there will be transformation and a new human cycle is coming, everybody is so fearful, they don't want to, even they are aware, they know there must be a change, there's the need of this change for the system to be new, for all to be happy in peace. But they are in fear. They are so fearful that they usually rely on a leader, on a corrupt leader, on a politician, or like that. And he's saying that I will give you all that you need. That they never give. I know, we all know. But they will rely on that leader, but not on himself or on his own, the power of his own. To understand, this is the fear that is still here, and uh, coming up from that will take some time, but many are aware, and I'm happy about that. Many are aware, as I can see in the faces, that something is changing in people. As the chaos is intensifying, something is changing, and they have to understand that they don't need to be a part of this chaos. They can be in this universal unified field all the way, anytime, all the time. So any beautiful soul want to share anything? Accordingly, this plasma connection we have own our story coming up in this path of peace, our story. And you can share your story, dear beautiful souls. You are so much welcome. Suswagatam. Welcome.
Thank you, Sweta. Thank you, Claudia and Mary, for the plasma connection. This is the September session. So here we just we remind you about the new new research project that will be on in September. I gave to Rick some, I don't know if Rick, you are ready. I gave you some, I think it's 5 minutes where Mr. Keshe is going to talk about it. I thought it was important to listen because it gives us some instruction for who want to participate to the research group that will start in September. Obviously, the more people can attend is the merrier, because as you know, we developing this technology, and the more people can be part of it in the research, the more can understand what can be done for us to go into the next step on the elevation of the soul. And obviously the research, as we talked in the past, are not free. The Keshe Foundation and the Wellness Center will ask some donation. And this donation is going to support the research and report other research in the Keshe Foundation. So it's very, very important to give this type of support if you can. Yes, so we can listen the recording. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And Rick, after these 5 minutes, we're going to then listen another piece another 9 minutes, where we're going to talk about again the Wellness Center, and we're going to go into the Congress as well. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, I think this is about 3 minutes on this excerpt. This is from the 500th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, the last one from Thursday, August 24th. And we're starting at the 48-minute mark.
I think it was 45. 45 mark. I don't know if you can hear me, Rick.
Yes, I see that now. Sorry, I had my eyes crossed a bit and it looked like an 8. Should have had my glasses on. Okay, thank you.
The reason for this is that in this session, we try for you to test yourself in what we do with you from outside. We've done this test. We know we have some data, but now we want to see collectively we can reach all of you to the same level. In a way, Keshe Foundation is back on what we call practical ground. You came and you built the reactors and magravs. Now you bring the play of the soul. Those of you who signed for this, is two sessions, one first week and one the week after. There is a reason we done it this way. Those of you who come in and join with the interactive session, please buy yourself a pH tester. It's very simple. You go to a chemist, you tell them I want to test my pH. They give you something to test. And then the second week, we want to test your sugar level. If you're diabetic, join us in that session. If you're not diabetic, but it's good to see, it shows that we give you the data, what is the chances of what diseases you might get, or what position you have through the soul. This interactive session is a cornerstone of feeding man in the space, where we want to know you confirm the receipts. And this will start the next cycle of the space technology development. Those of you who signed in for the sector of your soul, as of today, we don't accept anymore. And now, the first set of these tests will be done in the meeting of Monday in Manchester. And then the rest of you will be informed when is your time to get the signature of your soul. It's important for us to not dilute our system and have a picture directly, people we see in front of, new technology, never seen before, will be brought into Manchester, and we carry on with the system to see the operation of the soul and how we control. And then we do a session again later on with the same people and see what's been the change and the effect and the new technology. I ask you, as many as you can, join what we call the new trial, the new set. It's, in a way, it might show you a lot of things. In a way, it brings the knowledge to the next step. This interactive test, which we'll carry it out next Friday, not this Friday, which is the sessions on now, but the following Friday, on the 8th of September, it will be one of the most important confirmation of the technologies. The more of you join us, the more we can cover the whole structure of the next step in the space technology. In a way, it closes one chapter, but opens another. What this will do? What does this mean? What this data will bring us allows us in our work to set up the next step, to structure the next stage of the space development. In a way, what you tell us interactively with you testing yourself allows us, through the systems we developed now, to do a lot of good things for humanity. To bring a new dimension in the backbone works of the Keshe Foundation. It allows us to see where we need to strengthen and where we have to reduce the tension for the next step in colonization in space. As I said, Chinese government is the first government who has committed themselves to colonization by 2030 on the moon. Their colonization will not be on the monkey suit, as I said before, or be conditioned like where we are today. We congratulate the Indians managing to land after 50, 60 years of the Americans, but this does not show being behind in technology. It's just being too busy making another $1.4 billion to be added to us. Indians were busy with something else than going somewhere to party.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rick. Just before to go to the next, maybe you can prepare the next part while I'm talking, because I forgot in the video, as you heard just now. So he introduced a new research project that will start the 8th of September. You can go in the Keshe store, in the store page in the website, and there with the appointment of the creator you can I will show you the page later. After we listen the video, I will ask to Rick to open the page of the website so you see where you can enroll from. Another thing he said that I didn't mention before, that for whoever applied for the one-to-one soul print, as you know, he said the last Thursday that you cannot enroll to that one any longer, and whoever enroll for that research they will contact some people now during the Mojam program in Manchester, and who will never be contacted, who is not contacted now, it will be contacted after this week. And to remind you again, if you listen, Mr. Keshe said to make sure for who enroll on the 8th September for the group soul interaction, to go in the pharmacy and buy a pH test. You will need that one if you take a part of this project to have a review. And also, it didn't say it in this bit, but I said in another part that in the second week, they're gonna test the sugar level. So for anyone who has his diabetes or suffer from diabetes, it's a very big opportunity, really great, really very good opportunity for you to test your sugar level and to see what this technology can do for you, for your diabetes. So if you suffer from diabetes, or if you know anyone who have problem with diabetes, that would be great if you can definitely be part to the interaction section on the second week. Obviously, if you can manage to be both weeks, will be even greater. So I really recommend you, if you know anyone who suffer from diabetes, because as you said, as you can listen from Mr. Keshe, the more people who have participated, the more we're learning. Okay, now we're gonna go to another part that I want to share, because I wanna share this part as well with you today, because Mr. Keshe gave us some homework that we had to be ready to do. Here he said that the knowledge seeker got full responsibility. They have to be aware of it so we can act on it. So I wanted to make sure you will listen this part. So he will talk here again about the wellness center, and then it will go into the Congress of the 11th of November. Both very important part to hear. And then afterwards, I will ask Rick to open the page in the Keshe store, so you know where to apply. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rick. We can go ahead.
Already have two perfect candidates for presidency. During the next weeks, I will inform part two is, during the next weeks, I will inform the 4 biggest German health insurance companies about our headset devices so that they can finance the orders of local hospitals and psychiatries, which is much cheaper for them to cure the roots and not to treating the symptoms with expensive pills. Would be nice if someone helps me with an example device so that we do it together and they can see the results live. Even our latest results with growing new teeth would be great to show. After that, we can continue with other countries who have health insurance like Germany.
Thank you very much. In a way, it's the job of your knowledge seekers to take the technology now to your nations. Does not matter where and what. As I said, we have asked our Chinese counterpart that sooner or later, China, in committing its nation, has to announce a collaboration too. And one way or another, in the next few weeks, you will hear that coming from China. Once that happens, the doors of the knowledge seekers will open up. I'm back in Europe for Manchester conference, and more or less rapidly we retreat back to Beijing to complete the cycle of technology. This should give you as knowledge seekers to start making the ground. And if you put us in touch with your governments, we can show the collaboration directly with the Chinese in different levels and how interactive it will become. Something interesting happened with our team in Iran, without them knowing what we know happening, showed another, what we call direct interactions between Iran and China and how they're monitoring the development of two technologies in two nations. And we should see this more with the other governments, and it doesn't become a leak of the information, but it becomes a leap of information with other nations. If you take such a step to introduce the technology to different organizations with results, we back you. Our scientific side will back you, and we have agreement with the Chinese that outside China, we have a freedom in collaboration with China to do a lot of things. So we can bring more of you in. The sessions of the 11th of November, we stay very calm. There's no use trying to do things when there is nobody home. August is a time of holiday for most of the ambassadors. They return usually between 5th and the 10th of September back to their position. And in that process, from early September, we'll come back to you knowledge seekers to start the rapid invitation of your ambassadors, not only in England, but across Europe. If you're German, you send the invitation to all the German embassies right across the world, not just to the ambassador in London. This way, we stop the pushes we've seen from the Belgium system and the German groups, which they think they can do what they like. We saw that in the opening of the exhibition in Linz. We ask you, we'll give you the letters, those we trust, to make the invitation to your ambassadors and your government yourselves. Germans are responsible for all the embassies across the planet for the invitation. Americans are responsible the same. The same with the British, the Nigerians, Australians, and the rest. You invite all your ambassadors. In a way, nobody can block the system. But we let the ambassadors have their holidays, and then you as knowledge seekers, we invite the world to the World Peace Conference. We will show technologies on the 11th of November to world ambassadors, which will shake the backbone of the knowledge and technology of today. Everything is getting set up. And the most interesting part will be that the ambassadors will feel, will be part of, will see everything. That no doubt will be in it. We saw that with the Chinese military. The officers had to explain to the scientists, it cannot be nothing because our clothes is covered this and that, and we feel this and that. So technology will be shown in the way you will see what we gave as magravs in Rome will be magravs, but with the effects that you as knowledge seekers up to now could not show. So take a rest, like we are, because we know the system. And don't forget, 11th of November is one of the busiest days on the calendar of the ambassadors in London. There are a lot of parties and there are a lot of meetings. And so we create that condition with you as knowledge seekers to support. Get in touch with insurance companies. Get in touch with whoever you think will bring the change. As I said, we are under the door and the business has started. In a way, if comes to the national levels, we bring our heavy weapon, the Chinese government, on the table, because we have signed a joint collaboration worldwide with the Chinese government. Not only within China. If need be, we can ask for the Chinese financial support to set up things in nations in collaboration. We've chosen the right partner to go where we are going. And even if your government say we don't have the finances, we look into the structure, we have to make a proposal to our Chinese officials, and if agreed, it will be financed. So if they have a problem with financing it, and that's the usual way, you just tell them finances could be organized. And it's our job, through our structure in China, to set up the finances for the German government. This is part of the Silk Road, but this time the silk is beautiful and it'll bring peace. And it's not just a road, it's a road to peace. And we have received that collaboration from the Chinese central government. We have signed ourselves to it, as much as they've signed themselves to it. So get in touch with your insurance companies, get in touch with who you think. Doesn't matter, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Beijing, Washington. We're there with the help of one of the most powerful nations to bring it about to happen. And you're
Okay, thank you, Rick. I don't know, I mean, this was very important, isn't it? Very important. Let's start from backwards on the Congress. If you want, Rick, you can show where to do the application in the Keshe store. And meanwhile, you set up I'm talking. Okay, so you very simple. You go in the Keshe Foundation website, then you go in the Keshe Foundation store, and you just scroll down, and you will, yeah, here we go here, the Congress. This is the price if you want to be part of this event. Obviously, it will be unforgettable event because in this event, Mr. Keshe will show the latest technology, and from my understanding, something will happen there. So if you can, it's a must to go, definitely. He as you can see, Mr. Keshe just recommended to everybody. He said it's a responsibility of the knowledge seeker. Knowledge seeker means all of us from any nation. They will give us a letter to invite all the ambassadors of your nation. So, for example, the Italian ambassador, you have to invite all the ambassadors of Italy in all over the world. So that would be one thing that has been asked us to do, and that will come soon. The next things also he is said to us after the question of this gentleman from Germany. So if you understood this gentleman from Germany, he had this idea. He said, I'm gonna contact very soon this insurance company. This is what I understood. Then Rick, if I understood wrong, you let me know, anyone here. But this gentleman wanted to introduce this technology to the insurance company because he thought it was good for them and good for us. So people can be life insurance, I think was, so people can be helped on balance themselves. I cannot say much here in this platform, but you understood what I mean. So Mr. Keshe come back and said, yes, it's our responsibility to let our country know about the development of this new technology of the Keshe Foundation. He said that it's our responsibility to let know our government, and we can either contact the government if you get the opportunity, or if you know how. So if any of you or any of you listening knows how to contact their governments, because I know some people, they're very good in this. I'm not good at all, but in the Italian group, we have one person that she was very good at contacting anyone. So I will contact her for sure. So if you know anyone like that they're very good at contacting governments, people, they can start a collaboration with the Keshe Foundation and the Chinese government, because the Chinese government now signed it, and the Keshe Foundation, they signed to this collaboration of exchanging technology in exchange of peace. So he also said, if I understood correctly, that if you manage to contact the government and they're interested to about this technology, but they have financial trouble, or they are not financially can afford whatever this development, the Chinese, if understood well, it will be possible to present a project or a proposal to the Chinese government to make this relationship with these new governments, and they also will be able to see if they can also back it up financially. So this is good news for any poor country, or any country maybe cannot afford this. They willing to, obviously, at the government level, they will show a lot between each other, like happening now between Iran and China. Also, he recommended that it's our responsibility also for all of us to reach anyone you think it's possible, a person who can help to get this technology to the next step. And even that case, the Keshe Foundation and with the help of the Chinese government as well, because if understood well, the Chinese government gave the green light to the Keshe Foundation to create different relationship outside of China with any enterprise or any groups or any corporation, anyone who got the same goal of spread this technology in exchange of peace. So they will back up also this project too. So for example, I sometimes see this. In my case, I've been writing down names of people I see in different seminar, and I think, oh my God, these people, I think they will be very, very interesting to know about the Keshe Foundation. I was wondering if they want to. So I've been doing this, but I never take it to the next step to contact them. But if any one of you, it's very good on those things and know how to reach people, and you think that they can help us, please you can do so. So now I would like to show you also, Rika, can we show also the connection with the creator, so people know where to apply for the soul interaction? Okay, so now we go here. You can see. Okay, so this one is 300 plus plus VAT. So you have to consider the VAT. It's not included. So it would be more than 300. I don't know, maybe 400. I don't know. I'm not good in maps.
I think it'll be 350 if it's
350. Okay.
300. Yeah.
Thank you, Rick. Yes. So this one again, I stress. It's very, very important for anyone who goes spare cash, or anyone who knows anyone in trouble, especially with diabetes, or anyone who this is opportunity for you to get better or to not get worse, and also support the foundation for further research. Okay, so even here you have to go in the Keshe store, in the Keshe Foundation website, and you will find it there. Okay, thank you so much. I know that we're over time, so I finish. Wow, we're already 15 minutes over time. So we can go to the next slide if no one's got a question. Thank you, Rick.
Here, my beautiful souls, bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Welcome, beautiful souls. Anybody wants to share anything? Any beautiful soul, please do share any question. We have our ability to answer as yeah. So welcome.
Yes, we've got 2 questions in the Q&A and a couple of questions in the YouTube as well. Okay, from Saeed in the Q&A, who says, will we have plasmatic metaphysical devices which are handheld and portable? Also, the interaction of magrav's current with metaphysical electronic devices increase their potency and workability by 100-fold? Please elaborate if there is any interaction between healing devices and plasmatic current, which powers them if someone is using magrav's unit for that purpose. Anybody like to attempt to answer those questions? Will we have plasmatic devices which are handheld and portable? I know Mr. Keshe at one point mentioned that there'll be a point where we all have a small handheld device which gives us everything we need, and we'll just put it in our pocket.
Yes, my dear Rick, in the Syrian Colosseum type of structure, old ancient structure, there are these inscription or inscription of space people, I will say, taking with them. There's a vanity bag, you know. I think that is a kind of device they are taking, but plasmatic devices are not metaphysical. I mean, a kind of, but even we are talking about these physical. If we talking about even Magrav or any metaphysical devices, as you said, Said, that more advanced electronic devices or hybrids are now that are in, you know, Elon Musk is advertising, but they are all physical, very physical indeed. Whenever you say that you see something, you as we said that the silk route, now you can feel the beauty of the silk. So when we say this Magrav units, yes, of course, they are also physical, but they can be elevated in a way that it will work in your ability to have this manifestation of healing, healing, understanding what is the problem. Mostly, like you say, diabetes, and the enhancement unit, as in Manchester, they are doing, giving, have this pH level detection, because there's a detection of these fields, and then there is an elimination according your receiving. That is also important. And you can say this is also as a metaphysical device, we are also kind of, metaphysical and also plasmatic. That is the two way we go. So the awareness of being uplifted, we can say, the meta state of a physical form, and then these plasmatic devices come. That is also a device that elevate to be in this plasma unified field. So mostly the plasmatic devices are work as we are all made of plasma. It works gently, understandingly, create this balance. It doesn't heal that somebody saying that I am a healer, and no, it creates this balance from within you, that you get this understanding that the action you should take. Like, it is not magic that the healing has came and you heal, but it is like, understanding to create the balance in peace. So this is explainable in a way. I don't know, I'm not a technical person, but these devices work, especially the plasma devices work when you collaborate, as China and Keshe Foundation collaborating worldwide. And we know the outcome. We know what is going to happen. All over, everything will be in peace. 100% sure, absolutely. So in the metaphysical electronic devices, you cannot say absolutely, but in plasma devices, you can say somehow that for sure, absolutely, you will be in very good condition when what you are, and you will be. So this is my way to understand. I'm not a technical person, or not. So yes, this is the way. As you said, health, healing, or in the plasmatic devices, or in the plasma state, you can create merging with the devices. But the electronic metaphysical devices, hybrids, it works in a level earthy, earthy type of thing. Only that. With an awareness, even you have this advanced awareness, as the scientists all are giving us, a hybrid car, a hybrid this and hybrid that. But the hybrids are all earth in this atmosphere of earth. It doesn't go to this plasmatic state. So anybody else? Okay. Welcome. Thank you, Said, for asking question. Thank you. There is another question.
Would anybody else like to address that question before we move on? Okay, perhaps not. Stefania answered the other question, but we have to ask it in order to answer it here. So Saeed also had a question about, why do politicians and scientists lie to us most of the time? Why do they work on deep state Illuminati agendas? Thanks.
They do, because from yours we are listening. We have been like them, Here in India, in the politicians, when they always travel in cars and jets and all, and when the voting season comes, they go to the villages, deep down rural areas, and the people forget that they haven't provided anything, but they still go, because they are giving some bottle of alcohol and some saris to the women. They forget everything. They forget the miserability they created, these leaders, but they forget. They do the same thing again, and the leaders are again in this position to commit anything they want to do. So this is all of us, you know.
So Stefania answers, could you mute please? Your microphone's making noise. Stefania answers, because they didn't understand the knowledge of creations and how the universe works. If they will understand it, they will know that they will be accountable and responsible on what they did and do. They will know that they will not be able to go to the next level until they balance their books. Once they understood that, I guarantee you they will not lie anymore. That was from Stefania in the Q&A. Anybody else like to weigh in on that?
Yes, hello, here's Andreas. Yeah, as we learned, it started all thousands of years ago from the prophets, and the followers of the prophets continued with the same lies because the prophets got the enlightenment but decided to abuse it in physicality, to be in power. And this misconduct stood till today under the followers of all the prophets. And today we know it and we can teach it. We know about the importance of the commandments, the missing commandments, which the prophets hold it back. And we started already to teach it here online or in our environment, and more people can understand it because that are natural laws or commandments, universal laws. And so like Stefania said, everyone who does wrong gets taught and will then know about their misconduct and will have the possibility to change something. And so step by step, the whole world will change to a better. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Andreas. Any other comments on those questions? Okay, perhaps we can move along to Mikhail's question, or Michael in YouTube, who has a question for members of the Universal Council. The question is, do you have a direct connection with the Creator? And if so, what advice could you give to a knowledge seeker so that he himself can connect?
Mikhail, we all have direct universal creator. We all have this ability. We are all universal soul, my dear. And yes, of course. Thank you.
I'd just like to say that it's always been part of Mr. Keshe's teaching that he believes to make a direct connection, to take out the middleman, he says. So in trade, we have the middleman, which to take a product and advertise it and do other things to sell a product, let's say. And there's many people can be in between and each take a profit and so on as trade, as part of what trade is. But Mr. Keshe likes to eliminate the middleman and go direct to the source. And that's what he always recommends. So if you can find a way to connect yourself directly without having to use the messengers and other go-betweens, and that's it seems to be the correct and direct way to go.
If you
Yeah.
can I add something?
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. I will not be brief, Lisbon. I just want to say yes. I agree what Rick and Sweta said just now. Just go within. This is the breakthrough that Mr. Keshe wanted to tell us. Where that's why he said very soon the religion will be obsolete, because like Rick said, we don't need any middleman to reach. You don't have to go to church to reach God or to reach the Creator. Now you can go within. The truth is inside you. So as you know, as you get to know yourself really, really deeply, not many people spend time on knowing who they really are, me included. So as we learn to go within, and we learn that the connection of the Creator is in us. We are part of the Creator, and therefore it's in us. So we have to just go deeper and go deeper with these studies and practice. Like Mushfaq said, by practice we will get all the answer. So you just make a question and finish.
Or you might join the folks. You might have made the decision a month ago or whatever to join the folks at Manchester, where you learn directly from Mr. Keshe about that direct connection to the source and creator. And that would be another way or advice you could give to a knowledge seeker, that he can connect. And we have
but here Rick, he just provide the condition again for your soul, for you to understand better your own self, and therefore to find the connection. Because he doesn't want to be the middleman.
Yes, he doesn't want to be the middleman either. Exactly. He says, cut out the middleman, including me. So yes, very good point.
Yes, I'm sorry. I mean, it's little. Thank you for the answer. This is beautiful. And when you recognize all people is equal, of course, not people, all beings is equal. Of course, all beings in equal condition to connect the soul all the time with the Creator. For that reason, and maybe is the answer to the before question too. For that reason, all the time, unifying the soul for elevates all souls, because all souls is part of the Creator. Thank you.
Okay, Jefferson had a comment in YouTube. The universal community wishes the best learning, transmutations, and experiences to all knowledge seekers who are participating along with Mr. Keshe in this wonderful journey in Manchester, in the UK. Thank you, Jefferson.
Yes, thank you, Jefferson, my dear. Thank you so much.
And Caroline has a wish. I wish for many, many ambassadors to show up at the conference in November.
We are present, dear Caroline.
Yes, thank you.
And Saeed mentions, yes, we are particles of God. We are one in our chat. Okay, is there any other needs and wishes that need to be brought up now?
Rick, 1 second. I just want to do small things. And also, even the question that we don't know, I mean, even the question that we don't know how to connect to the creator, that itself, you know, it shows how much work we have to do to understand where we are living. you know, it's because if the creator is part of us, the fact that we don't know where he is and the fact that we don't know how to connect, it just shows how much work we need to do to understand who we are and where we come from. Yeah, that's all.
And that's why we're here at this workshop.
Thank you, Stefania. There is a wish from Lisbeth. We elevate the souls of all beings protected from all calamities. Thank you, Lisbeth. We are present.
I'm sorry. I have little time for say thank you, Rick, for 1 decade with the Keshe Foundation and 1 decade they support all the people in Keshe Foundation and you permanently with us. It's like Mr. Keshe, oh yeah, only appear in 1 other week and Rick appear all week. Thank you so much.
My dear Rick.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Elizabeth. Yes, it's been a long, hard decade in many ways, but it's well worth it. This work is very, you get a lot of gratitude back from people who appreciate the connection to the plasma technology and to the teachings of Mr. Keshe and everything about this beautiful creation of the plasma. So thank you everyone for being here over that time period. Some people have been there for that long, but most have picked up along the way. But it doesn't matter when you come in, everyone is equal and everyone has an equal chance to elevate themselves in this process. So we hope to carry on for yet another decade, perhaps. We're only up to 500 now in all these Seekers workshops. That's continuous weekly workshops as well, every week. And Mr. Keshe was, I think, only late in the last workshop. He was late for about 2 minutes. I think that's the only time he was really late. So that's amazing over that time period.
Thank you, Rick, my dear. Absolutely. All the love to you always. Thank you, Michael, for being always here. If there is no, Felipe said that light body pression for excitement and joy. Thank you all. Thank you, Felipe. So we can go to the next slide if there is no other sharing or question.
So I jumped the gun here just a second.
Here then, beautiful souls, feel the silk, like the beautiful silk, not the valuable silk. Thank you for being here. We are here not to serve. We are here to serve, I apologize, not to be served. And this is what we do always, and this is the key. The Universal Council. Thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful souls. And welcome, welcome, welcome to the beautiful Keshe Foundation, the beautiful energy, the beautiful, beautiful way of the peace of path of Keshe Foundation. Join, love, live like a life we haven't before. So leap on. So be in Keshe Foundation, and I will say, this is Shweta Anwar. You see Hindi language, and I will say salam, namaste, salut, beautiful souls. be here always. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Sweta, and thank you all the members of the Universal Council for being here today and helping to contribute to today's show. And this has been the 289th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. Our background image is from Dean, actually, and I think it was a couple of weeks ago where he showed this, the infinity loops being used as part of a contamination cleanup or setting the fields in tension and fields in this pond area. It's kind of like the hand of God coming into the picture here. So I thought that was appropriate. Thank you, Dean. Okay, our next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, and that starts Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central European Time, which is the same as 10 p.m. Today on August 29th. And people are welcome to bring your replications of the plasma technology or your questions and comments. And we're open for discussion on a number of topics and always try to bring it around to the plasma approach. We also have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop, of course, coming up on Thursday as per usual. That'll be August 31st, and that starts at 9 a.m. Central European Time. And we look forward to another adventure in workshops with Mr. Keshe at that time. Okay, I think that's it for now.
How about some metaphysical dance?
Except for one last thing. It always gets Shweta dancing and singing. So that'll be the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version, as is our tradition in this show. And again, thank you everybody for attending today. And we look forward to seeing you in the next public teaching workshop. Bye for now.